Hello, fellow divers, and welcome to this 10th episode of our Dave the Diver adventures. Yay! 10 is a birthday, right? Anyways, if I had some party things you could blow in, I would definitely do that, but unfortunately I don't. But we do get a birthday present in the opening of the fish farm, thanks to Otto. And now we are going to have a closer look at the value of the different fish we've caught recently, and more specifically here, let's look at the black tiger shrimp. In previous episode, I talked about the shrimp and say it's really good. So exactly how good is the black tiger shrimp? Well, let's have a look at their selling value. It's 51 gold for 3 stars, so 3 pieces of meat essentially. So that means that they're worth 17 gold per meat. And 510 gold per kilo, because a shrimp is only 0.1 kilo. So 10 shrimps is 510 gold worth of money in your pocket. So yeah, do go and get them whenever you see them. They're better than even silver. Like they're better than anything else. There's nothing that's better than that. Short of Cleones, which we're going to talk about later, and also maybe Waptia. I still need to. We'll see in the later episodes when we have access to Waptia. Compared to that, like the bluehead tilefish, which was so good at 75 gold per kilo, just pales in comparison, right? So let's now have a look at the other shrimp we have, the white-legged shrimps. These are the ones you can find in the shallow waters. Now they're worth a little less. They're worth 11 gold per piece, so 33 gold for a 3-star. It's still 330 gold per kilo, which is really, really, really good. So get the shrimps. Whenever you go dive, get those shrimps. Really important. Now let's open the 130 to 250 meters area. We couldn't have purchased that yesterday, but see, the row of the fish we catch the day before is still there. So that's actually an important thing to note. You really do want to open this as soon as you can, so you can start growing your row. But fortunately, it gives you the row does get stored in there. I don't know if it's like just the row of the day before or if the row keeps stacking there. But anyways, we will have to wait for tomorrow until we have some more. But this tank, that 250 meters tank, we are going to use it and fill it with 3 types of fish. Cleones, for the money, for the meat value. Rhinochimeridae and red breams, both which are going to be useful for a recipe we're going to unlock later. So now let's go to Bonchos, because, well, we have actually completed a quest, and this is our occasion to unlock Maki. We are bringing back her father's memory, and yes, because she's so sad, we give her a job, and she's joining the crew. So last day, we could not recruit all the recruits last night, because there was this special event with Yoshi. So we want to recruit all the staff we can now and run a new ad. Now that ad is actually only going to be finished like tomorrow on day 11, and the dispatch we're sending them to is also only going to resolve on day 11. But yeah, so one of the things we have to do as well is to make sure we unlock the 2 recipes here for the Cleone Queen soup and for the wolf eel, and just check that we have all the required ingredients. We also do some enhancements because well, we can, as much as we can. We that's why we are getting salt from the procure. And now before we dive, I want to also take a look at the value of the fish we've caught. So I told you, like, the Cleone is 25 gold per meat. So we only got 13, and that's 325 gold, which is not too shabby. I mean, it's 10% of our daily revenue. Now, interesting thing is if you look at the seahorses. So whatever type of seahorse you take, it's actually going to be one of 2 types. Either long-snouted seahorse or sea dragons. But right now what we are getting is long-snouted seahorse. So whatever the rank of the seahorse you're picking, it's actually going to be one of those long-snouted seahorses. And so if you look at their sell value, they're actually 10 gold per meat. And when you catch one, they weigh 500 grams. and you get 5 pieces of meat. So they're essentially worth 50 gold whenever you catch one. So that's 100 gold per kilo, which is still pretty good, right? And now we're selling the shrimps as well, because they're all a good source of extra revenue. So back on the ship, our goal is actually going to be to go back to the sea village this time. We can use the mirror to go see the sea people, because what we want to do now is build up trust with the sea people. So now, actually, alternatively, you could actually go on a dive, because you'd meet the whale and you'd unlock another event, which is the whale baby thing. So on that dive, you could actually start on the top if you want. So we need to get 100 credit. And if we want to get 100 credit, unfortunately, you cannot do it in one day. Like you can do all the things, you can run as many. There's no way to run enough errands for you to gain all the credit. But you want to unlock that as soon as you can. So it's going to take 3 dives essentially to get all the way to 100 credit. So after bringing some food to the guards, we take the flowers and we turn in the quest here with the food for the guards. And we're going to transport this, and using that little trick that I showed you with the princess to go a little bit faster. We bring the flowers in front of the statue, I can't remember his name now, and then turn it in at the seed shop. And now, because we have the bug net, we are going to go to the casino here, and we'll be given a quest to catch some seahorses. And if you didn't have the bug net, you wouldn't be able to catch the seahorses. But fortunately we do, so we can catch them now right away. Those seahorses, there's 2 in the plain waters, one approximately at the half point mark, like near the portal. There is one that's just hovering around in front of the seed shop. There's one inside the sea shop. And the last one, the crowned seahorse, is of course found at the palace in Tenjin's house, because that's where the king is, a crowned seahorse. And so we can turn in that quest. Unfortunately, there's another quest that comes normally after we've done this, but it won't come in the next dive. So we'll have to wait a little more. But now, yeah, we'll get there. And we can also start doing the seahorse races. And we'll just go through the moves. I've never managed to actually win the first race with the first seahorse. Comment. Put in the comment if you have managed to win. I sure haven't. So here we got 41. Unfortunately, like the other seahorses are just a little bit like they're kind of like as fast as we are, but you have to be like super accurate if you want to win. But anyways, this is it. That's all the credit we're gonna get on this dive. We're just 40, so we can go back to the rest of the diving. So back to the giant blue hole, our objective is going to be, once again, to get red breams, to get Rhinochimeridae, and Cleones, and shrimps. Essentially, that's all we want. So, the Cleones, there's one all the way to the left, like I said in the previous video. And then, so in that specific configuration. The other configuration, you will have 2 Cleones right as you exit the sea village people, the sea people village. Huh. Why am I sea? Oh, yes. I'm going to show you a little trick. So let me pause here for a second. You see this red kind of jellyfish that explodes in your face? Well, when it's positioned like that, you can't shoot at it because you cannot shoot upwards and there's no good angle. But there's actually a few different ways, and I'm going to show you one here and one in the next dive that you can deal with them. So let's get closer to it, and then I'll stop here again. You get near the tubes and you just wait, like you count like 1, 2, and then what you're gonna do is hit the tubes just before the jellyfish explodes, and then you're only gonna lose like 5 points of oxygen instead of 50 or something that the jellyfish does. So that's one way to deal with it, and then the next video I'm gonna show you another way. So now we can resume our dive. We get the Rhinochimeridae. Of course, I used the wrong weapon, so it's not gonna work that way. Let's take it. Oh yeah, we forgot to actually get the little octopus in the previous dive, so it's still waiting for us there. And we're just gonna grab that, and this is gonna give us another charm we're not gonna use. And let's take the red breams and cleones we can find in the depths, and also potentially go and mine some opal while we are at it. So like I said previously, the 3 cleones are in that starting area or finishing area. There's one that is usually hovering around. It can be found at different locations, but that's one. The second one is a bit more to the right there. And the third one is going up the shaft that's on the right. We can get a pickaxe there to start mining some amethyst. And the good thing about going from the sea village is that you can get that pickaxe, which is going to give you a lot more ore when you get to some other ore veins that are in the more shallower parts of the ocean, and they're actually going to give you more minerals. So in this area, we're mostly hunting for shrimps and for seahorses, because they're all worth so much money. And actually, I'm gonna have to end that dive early because my kids asked me, needed me, anyways, and so that's why I cut that dive short. But normally I would do a lot more, of course. So let's get ready for the next dive now. So once again, we will start with the sea people. We get some more quests from Mina's restaurant. She wants us to find some tube corals for a recipe. And this is also where we will unlock the beluga, thanks to Daphne. So we first have to defeat this guy, and it's very random, and there's not really anything I can do to help you with this thing, except like maybe write down whatever you've memorized or things like that. I'm always trying to do my best, but it really comes down to luck. Like this time here, he gets the eel for free. And I'm saying, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna let him uncover new things, but he keeps like finding the right stuff at the right time. So I got lucky here a little bit with this eel. And so fortunately here I'm catching up a little bit. It's getting the crab and the seahorse, and like, okay, this one I got lucky again. Takes the crab though, so it's 3-3. The first to get to 4 is the one who wins. And this is me. So why is it the first to 4? Because, well, if another one gets, like, I'm getting the last pick anyways, and it's going to be a win for sure. So we finally unlock the beluga, get 15 extra credit, and we're ready to go. So they've thankfully changed the beluga system. Now you only have to pay once for the beluga, and it's only 4 bay. Not that it was, like, really expensive, but it was annoying to have to pay again and again. So now that we have done this, we are going to go coral hunting. Where are those corals? Well, first of all, we are going to get cleones, as always. So we go to get the cleone on the left. And I'm actually taking some chambered nautiluses to check out their value, essentially. But there's sometimes a quest that the villagers give you, and they ask you to get some of them. Oh, okay, so let's now go see the second strategy with the red jellyfish that I showed you before. So previously, let me slow this down. What we did is actually hit the tubes, so the tubes would deal us some damage, and we'd let the jellyfish explode while we were still invincible. Now maybe you don't have five oxygen to afford, and there's actually another way to do this, which is to loop around the red jellyfish, because they have some inertia when they try and go towards you. So they're actually going to go to the right if you go underneath them and get past them. They're going to go to the right, and then you go back to the left, and they're not going to be able to catch up. Just look at this. So we go up, and then they're going to go to the right, then we go around to the left, and they just explode and don't do any damage to us. So that's the way to deal with them. Time to move on with our dive. We're going to get the Rhino Chimeridae, but more importantly, I'm going to show you where you can find the different lily corals you're looking for. Now, as the quest description tells us, it is found actually at the whale bones, And we are going to have to fight our Mega Mouth friend once again. So let's go over the strategy again. So you hit it, and then you make a sharp U-turn underneath it as it's trying to bite you. And of course it doesn't do it. so this time it's actually a bit of a mess. But yeah, eventually we get it, and we defeat it once again. So I'm moving this thing just to grab the tube coral. The third tube coral is a bit more tricky to find. It's above the Mega Mouth. And we make Mia happy. We're at 75 out of 100 credits, and unfortunately there's no other quest waiting for us, so we'll have to dive one more time tomorrow to finish up our, not to finish up, but to raise our reputation to the final levels. So now all we want to do is to go back up, and there is an event awaiting for us at the surface. But while we are at it, we can always take some opals because they're easy to catch now that we have removed the blocks from removing the stake. Along the way, we can catch some ore because we have a pickaxe now. We can actually get 6 ore per vein, which is a lot of money. Yay! Money, 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 money. Easy peasy. And we also want to catch clown frogfish because, well, they're worth quite a bit of money. We do our tiger shark we teach him a lesson. Come on, tiger shark. What's he doing? Oh yeah. Come on. There we go. And we also check out the sunken ship because usually there's seahorses and shrimps in there. So as we get closer to the surface now, an event will occur where we will meet our friend the whale. And the whale is going to complain to us, and we're going to have to ask Ellie about it. And she's going to tell us that the whale's baby is trapped or something. But that is something for tomorrow. So let's go now to... Oh yeah, we can grab some seaweed as well. Let's go back to the ship. So the seahorse... we could keep some of them to kind of use them for the competition, but the rest I'm going to send. We get lots of roe of different sorts. More importantly, we get lots of frogfish and Cleone roes, which is really nice. And our team is back with lots of soy sauce. We are going to redispatch them at the restaurant this time. So we have a noisy customer again, and here comes Michael Bang. And Michael Bang is a vegetarian. No, he doesn't. It's not a vegetarian. Sorry, it's not this one. He wants us to prepare some tropical fish sushi. But for that, we are going to need rice, and Otto has the best idea, and he's going to have a present for us tomorrow. We need to call Ellie, not forget about that, to talk to her about the whale cry. And that's it. So we can now be ready to dispatch our staff. We've researched all the recipes we needed. We just sell some fish, shrimps, all those good things that we've been picking up. And tonight we are going to be able to sell all the steamed wolf eel and the Cleone soup. But before that, we want to make sure that we want to use our friend here to potentially get some extra servings. And here we have actually 11 Cleone queen soups. And I'm going to add 1 puffer nikogori. So that's 27 servings. It should be enough for the night, but I'm going to be paying attention to how many customers flow in. Now, before we do that, we start serving, we have to also train Maki. So now we can actually train Maki a lot further than we have trained James, because she's going to be our cook from now on, because she's got just a lot better cooking value. And we can dispatch all our team for salt. The only one I'm not going to dispatch yet is Davina, because I want to train her to level 7. And this time I'm sending everyone for salt, because I'm getting ready for the jellyfish event. So like Masayoshi, Davina has a level 7 extra trait, which is going to be the Dispatch Master. But more importantly, Davina also has very high charm, which is actually very good. So now we are ready to open Bancho Sushi, and one thing we want to really take good care of is looking at the current Cooksta rating, because we have 91 out of 100, so we are going to level it up during this night, and I really want to do it exactly when we get to 100. There we go. So exactly when it happens, we rank up, because of course as soon as you rank up, you're going to get some more customers coming in, and we want to maximize tonight's servings. And for the rest of the night, we're just gonna make sure we have enough wasabi, that we help around, mostly cleaning dishes and making sure everyone is happy, because the most important thing in this game is to get 5 flames every night. I kid you not, it's important to have that, because that means you're gonna be able to get some more recipes. So we served 25 customers, all of them were happy, made 13,891 gold, and got our 5 flames. Another day under the sun, and another successful day for Dave the Diver. Thanks for watching, keep on diving, and see you tomorrow.